Geno Pest Adventures. I'm still Geno, and we're going to talk about my stem cell research and how much it cost and where to go and all of that fun stuff that I went through trying to figure out where I was going to go get stem cells, and I ended up getting 150 million stem cells, exomes also, and I did that over a week period in just outside of uh, Guadalajara, Mexico. So there's stem cell clinics popping up everywhere, and they go there from as far north as Mexicali, Tijuana, down to Panama, over to Medellin, Cali, and here in Colombia, there's, my God, I don't know, that just pop up on a random Google search or six or seven. And I'm sure there's more than that because some of them don't even call themselves, they do other things besides stem cells. And there's a lot of them in Mexico. Gosh, I don't know. I bet you there's more than 50 stem cell clinics in Mexico. Maybe not. But anyway, here's the deal. I found out, excuse me, that the kind of the upper echelon of stem cells, there's a major clinic and I'm not going to mention anybody's names. You can go Google it, and just from the location you can figure out who I'm talking about. In Medellin and in Panama City, there's a company that does a lot of stem cell stuff, and they do it with for MMA fighters. They do it for example, Mel Gibson took his dad to Panama, and him and his dad both had stem cell treatments in Panama at one of the foremost clinics there. And then you can walk that right back down to Mexicali, which was the least expensive in Mexicali, because I figure the guy he's got a nice clinic and he's close to the border and people don't have to travel very far. Guadalajara has a bunch of stem cell clinics, and the one I went to was out at Lake Chapala. Uh, Cancun has stem cell clinic, and I think those guys have their own laboratory, but I'm not sure about that. And then you got Cali. Got a couple other places that leave me right now. But the long and the short of it is all these stem cells from goes from like $3,500 up to whatever you want to spend. I mean, a standard procedure in Panama and in Medellin at the upper end is probably in the range of 25 to $35,000. And the bottom of the range is in Mexicali, and I'm sure there's other ones just like it, $4,000 okay, for basically the same treatment. But here's the deal: if you think you're going to go to some big, nice United States doctor's office, walk into clinic with the face mask and the eye shields and the rubber gloves and the beautiful waiting room and the beautiful facilities, you can find it. They're here. But those are the ones that cost you a lot of money. If you go to just a regular, simple um, Dr. So and so out in outside of Guadalajara and pay $4,000 for the stem cell treatment, the facilities aren't going to be as pretty. And it's a function of if you're treating MMA fighters and you're treating the Mel Gibsons of the world, that's going to afford you to be able to be more pricey. And if you have um, a big beautiful clinic, you have to pay for that clinic. And from the reputation of the people that come there, you can afford to charge much more than someone, say, in Mexicali or Cancun. So I believe that you get the same quality of treatment, but I think it's a way they stage their treatment. Some of the treatments, they do a lot of add-ons. They do add-ons like hyperbaric chambers. They do ozone treatment. They do a lot of add-ons, and they charge a lot of money for the add-ons. If I just went and got stem cells and exomes, and the price was affordable to me, man. I'm an old guy. I don't have a lot of money. Uh, my stem cell treatment cost me $4,000, but then I had airfare, which is another $1,500 for me and my wife, and we had the hotel, and we had this, and we had to eat, and we were gone for a week, and so it added up somewhere between $5,500 and $6,500. You can go to Mexicali and probably shave, oh, I don't know, $1,000, $2,000 off that. You probably get it from anywhere from four to $6,000 and up, just depending on what you need. And some of the clinics are shoot for the joints. They're doing shoulders, they're doing hips, they're doing elbows, they're doing whatever, hands. And some of them do the whole gamut with, helping your heart rebuild itself, COPD, um, brain injuries, strokes. I mean, there's a gambit. There is a gambit. And what I didn't know is when I got my stem cell treatment, my doctor gave me stem cells from four different facilities that were double certified. And the reason she did that, she says, because every set of stem cells reacts differently with your body. So I got four different types of stem cells within the 150 million, and which will you get a broader spectrum to take care of a broader bunch of problems. Myself, I'm hard of hearing. As you see, I've got glasses, and yes, it does help eyesight. Shoulders, I got a bad shoulder. I had open heart surgery. I got 3 stents. I had a quadruple bypass. I had COPD. Um, I got a hip that hurts. I got a knee that hurts. My hands hurt. Um, so I pretty much just needed a full spectrum of whatever you got, and and I did that. And the main reason I went to Lake Chapala with Dr. Justina is because I knew people that had had her treatment already. And she does a myriad of other things. She does clean your veins stuff. She does, God, I don't even know. I don't have the list, but I will have the list. So, and hers was, the stem cells alone cost me $4,000, which is quite affordable. Quite affordable. I walked out of there. She told me, if you ache, you're going to ache more. If you had a hard time breathing, you're going to have a harder time breathing for the next couple of months. Well, that didn't turn out to be exactly true. I ache a little more. My hip hurts a little more. My knee hurts a little more. But I can tell you one thing, it's only been a week since I had my last treatment, and I can breathe. I don't even want to put a percentage on it. I mean, places that I would have to stop and take my breath before I could continue. I don't have to do that anymore. It's wonderful. So, at my current rate, she tells me that you will have the full effect within like 3 or 4 months of what the stem cells are going to be able to do. And you have to be careful too, because you can't have real high blood sugar, because a real high blood sugar will kill them, and you need to continue exercising if you can. If it's not for like a knee that's just totally shot, if you walk and you do some gym stuff or you do some exercise, whatever you do, continue to do that. Eat well, eat plenty of protein. So here's the deal: the top of the rung is anywhere from 25 to $35,000. And they have all sorts of extra stuff like hyperbaric chambers. I don't know how many million stem cells they do. Really nice clinic, top shelf, AAA place. Okay, got those in Medellin. You've got those in Cali. You've got those in in Panama. Uh, Probably the one in Tijuana is probably the same. Then you go to the middle of the rung. The middle of the rung, or we've got some middle rungers in Cali. They're going to cost you anywhere from 4 to 15,000. Well, I'd put it higher than that. Probably $6 to 15,000.
Less expensive places. One of the reasons I got my stem cells so inexpensively is that my doctor has a deal made with some of the laboratories. And so she gets a wholesale price on them. And she passes that on to her constituents, onto her clients, and onto her patients. And that's good. Just know that when if you're hunting around and pricing different places, make sure it's apples to apples and oranges to oranges. Because somebody will say, well, I could do it for $4,000. Yeah, but they don't have the hyperbaric chamber, and they don't do this, and they don't do that, and they don't do the other. And so just because, don't just shop it on price. Don't just shop it on price. You have to shop it on a lot of things. The quality of the service. It's a service. It's a service. It's like a service industry. Quality of the service, the quality of the stem cells. I don't think that there are bad stem cells, or maybe there are, but in Mexico, everything is certified, double certified, some of them certified by the government in Mexico. I'm sure they're certified by the government here, but in Mexico, there's the whole nother step that the stem cell doctors are actually certifying the validity of the clinics also. So just be careful, because the only thing, well, I'm not a doctor, man, I don't know. But the only thing that they seem to think that'll go wrong is if you get contaminated stem cells, or if you get contaminated when you get injected. So they take I mean, it's got to be a really clean, nice place. And Dr. Justine's place is simple. It's clean. It's pretty. It's not the Mayo's Clinic by any stretch of the imagination, but they have their protocols, and it works well. So I got stem cells, exomes, and placenta. Um, that's pretty much the deal, guys. I'm 7 days in. I'm still excited. I think you come out of there, or at least I did. I thought it was kind of anticlimactic, because you come out of there and you go, oh, okay. So I didn't have a miracle and I can walk on water. But if you look at just the little things, the little subtle things that are happening, and when you get them, it's a biological shock to your system. It was to me. I mean, I got really tired, had to go. After I got my therapy, I had to go and lay down and take a nap, get up, eat something, and take another nap, and felt kind of lightheaded. It was a little strange, but I didn't feel bad. I didn't have a headache. They say you can get headaches, you can do all this stuff. I didn't have it. So just remember, there's some really wonderful doctors out there doing really wonderful things with stem cell treatment. And if you've got buku's money, go to the best on the planet. Let them charge you whatever they charge you. God bless them. And if you don't have that kind of money, there are still stem cell places that can help you. I mean, they help me, I see there's a lot of haters out there too, but I don't pay much attention to them. And like I said, this isn't medical advice. Don't go do stem cells just because I said. I have one more story. The nurse told me that there's a gentleman that comes down to Guadalajara with his wife and his mother-in-law every 6 months. The man's like 55 years old. And they all have 150 million stem cells. This man is 55 years old, and the nurse says he looks like he's in his late 20s. So it's regenerative medicine also. And can I prove that? No, God, no, I can't prove that. Do I believe this little nurse that told it to me? Yeah, I believe her. She had no reason to lie to me. They already had my money. So just remember, caveat emptor, let the buyer beware. But there are some fantastic stem cell clinics from Panama to Tijuana to Mexicali to Guadalajara. Great doctor. There's a great doctor in Cali by the name of Dr. Rojas. He's got a wonderful clinic. And I don't know if I'll be able to put it in this video, but when I get all my information, I'll start putting it in the description below. If you want to ask me any questions that I haven't answered for you on here, call me. 505-501-8889. Be glad to help. Be glad to talk to you about them. I'm excited. I'm still a little tired, but I don't know if that was, 9 days on the road, and I'm still, and I've only been back 4. I don't know if it's from the trip or it's from the stem cells, but anyway, God bless, and remember, this is the first day of the rest of your life. And no, damn it, you don't have to quit at 70. I'm sorry. You don't have to quit at 50, 60, 70. Moses was 140 years old. I'm shooting for that. God bless you. Nothing changes, nothing changes. We will see you on the flip side.